Oh, you know what? I know that guy. That guy, I paid for his first earring that he ever got in his ear back in 1999 when I was chairman of the Trade Association of Pennsylvania Credit Union.
The higher purpose of credit unions is to ensure that people, consumers, get a fair break in the marketplace in terms of not just rates but service. But the movement ensures they get a fair break. It's very, very important that we stick to the principles of people helping people.
We have such a strong organization, such a strong association, foundation, and Jim has built it. And when you walk in the room and you say you're the chair of Pennsylvania Credit Association, it's just an automatic, instant respect. And that all comes from the leadership that Jim has had over the last 20 plus years.
The movement has changed dramatically, and I think Jim has done an excellent job in making sure that the association has also evolved and continued to stay relevant throughout this 31 years, and it has been a dramatic change.
As board chair, my eyes were really opened as to all the behind-the-scenes things that go on. It really gave me an appreciation for how tireless Jim was and how hard he worked. I mean, he would have 6 a.m. meetings to go over everything. You know, I was like, 6 a.m.? But that's Jim. You know, it was like, get that ball rolling early in the morning.
He never wants to take any of the glory for himself. The glory belongs to the board, but we would have been not so good without Jim McCormack leading us. He made us shine. He gave us all the credit, even though it wasn't always due to us. But that was him. He's a good guy.
Back in 1996, it became permissible for financial institutions to impose a surcharge on an ATM transaction. We got together with Jim and people at the association to organize a network of surcharge-free machines, a group we called CU Dollar, and it saves Pennsylvania credit union members probably over the last 15 years or so, literally millions and millions of dollars in surcharges. We couldn't have done it without them.
In 1998, when the credit union system secured passage of H.R. 1151, PCUA underwent a transformation from being this organization that chartered and built infrastructure for the creation of credit unions into an advocacy organization where government relations, regulatory advocacy began to take a little bit more priority over the business side of the house. Jim recognized that trend and, working in conjunction with the board of directors, carved a new direction for the organization.
Pennsylvania's got a lot of small credit unions, and I think it's notable that the league, under Jim's leadership, was able to provide the kind of support that made it possible for those credit unions to continue to be successful.
He started the Pennsylvania Credit Union Foundation, and he has been involved locally with many, many causes. The local breast cancer walk, disaster relief, financial education efforts, and he encourages all of staff to get involved and to give back.
Although I'm not very familiar with other associations across the country, I'm confident in saying that under Jim's leadership, PCUA is probably in the top 5 as far as reputation, financial strength, just sheer numbers, clout with Congress, and definitely at the forefront. And Jim maintained that. Again, his work ethic, that's what keeps us in that top 5.
We realized that Pennsylvania people don't understand what a credit union is, so we developed this awareness campaign, IPON. Our membership growth has been just above average, probably the last 6 or 7 years, and we think a lot of it has to do because of the IPON campaign.
There's just so many monumental pieces that Jim did for the association. Changing our name from a league to an association, his involvement with H.R. 1151, the different task forces, the downsizing of our board, building the Visa credit card program, what he did for our PACL services, what he did for our PACUS shared branching. His career was just endless of the jobs that he did for us, and he should be so very proud of what he did.
Before leading for the Pennsylvania Credit Union Association, Jim was at the front lines as one of our sales representatives and then joined our financial management services team. Since that time, Jim's remained a good friend to us. Congratulations, Jim, on this great honor. Best of luck in retirement. And Jim, because of you, I belong.
Jim, congratulations to you for winning the Wegner Award. You have been a tremendous asset to credit unions in Pennsylvania and consumers all across the country.
Jim, I would like to congratulate you on the Lifetime Achievement Award.
You'll never hear Jim McCormack say the word industry, ever. It's always a movement. It is so ingrained in what he does and what he believes in that he makes sure that he corrects people when they say industry, and then he explains why it's a movement.
I don't think philosophies live so much in industries. A movement, it's an ideal that we can work towards. An industry typically gets taxed, and it's a lot different than a movement of people and ideas. I like the word movement. It separates us, particularly in Washington, where, speaking to our legislators, we're a movement of people, we're not an industry.
Ladies and gentlemen, the National Credit Union Foundation is proud to honor Jim McCormack with the 2014 Herb Wegner Memorial Award for Lifetime Achievement.